A lot of people don't realize that going through divorce is going through death. We think that making that decision is going to be like any other decision, but it's not. It's not. I remember in another area of life that I don't want to mention because it's quite problematic. A friend of mine told me that she was going through that thing, not knowing the implications. It's not about divorce, but it's another area of life. She said that she made the decision, and if she knew what the implications were, she would not have done it. So it makes me realize that divorce is the same thing, and a lot of things in life. We go through some things without knowledge, without knowing the implications. When God says that He hates divorce, He hates it. And when He says, I've done it in another video, when it is written that for Him, divorcing is like being violent to the person we're supposed to protect. It's being violent. This really shocked me. And I realized in a lot of things that I heard, a lot of people who have experienced divorce, there's always the same things. There are a lot of common things that come back. This is what I wrote that title, that divorce is death. I can't go in depth, but what I've noticed is that we don't know the implication. We don't know the depth of the implication. The advice I want to give, and the encouragement, let's say encouragement, I'm not qualified to advise. If you hear me telling you about advice, please hear encouragement. The encouragement I want to give to women who are going through that at the moment, who have been through that, is that it is death, but death is not the end. For the believers, you know that death is not the end. Jesus died, but He rose again. So you may be going through death, but you will rise again. It's not the end of your life. The divorce you've been through, or the divorce you are going through, is not the end of your life. But I want to let you know that you have to know what has happened and what is happening. It is not a casual thing. Signing a paper, going before the judge, you feel it in your body, you feel it in your soul. You are going through a death, a spiritual death, sometimes mental death, emotional. So people from the outside think that it's just about filling some papers and handing them over, discussing separation of this and that. It's deeper than that. It's much deeper than that. When we get together with a man to get married, we become one person. We become one person. When we divorce, it is like both of us die to rise again in another person. You become another person after divorce. And those who have been through that, they know. There is a scar that might be there for the rest of our life. I don't know how God deals with that on the long term, but there might be a scar for the rest of the life. What I want to say is that you've been one with a person. Maybe there were fights, maybe there were disagreements. It was not a perfect marriage, although I don't believe in perfection. Only God is perfect. And it might not have been the most perfect marriage, but still you were one. You were one with that person. And when the divorce occurs, you are divided. That one person is divided. It's not two person. It's not two person who separate. It's one person. Spiritually, it's one person who is now cut into two. And you find yourself broken into pieces. You find yourself destroyed and sometimes surprised that it is so hard. Sometimes people think that it's going to be a relief. It might be a relief in some sense, but you are going through that death. You are going through that death. Remember Psalm 23? When you are going through that death, through that dark moment of your life, God is with you. I want to encourage someone. God is with you. He's holding your hand. You're not on your own, but still you are going through that valley, and it's hard. It's hard. It's very hard. And most of the time, people around you, they don't even understand. They don't understand. You want to die. You want to end everything. You don't want to. Your heart is, sometimes you don't even feel it anymore. But still, you have to keep on living. You have to be among the living when you are going through death. It's so hard. You have to be among the living. Do everything you have to do. Take care of everything you used to be taking care of. And even more, because you used to be with someone and now you find yourself taking care of things that maybe you did not take care of before. You find yourself having to do things you did not have to do before. You find yourself going through death among people who are living, and most of the time they don't know that you are dying. What I said in the title, what to do and what not to do. First, acknowledge the death. Please, I really plead. Take time to acknowledge that death. Everything you have to let go of. You have to let go of that former life that it has been dissolved. It does not exist anymore. It is dead. Hi, it's so difficult. You have to let go of that. You have to bury some things. You will have to bury some things to say it is over. To say it is over. And take time to mourn. Take time to mourn that death. Your death, your ex-husband's death, the death of your family, the death of your goals, of your dreams, of your family dreams, the death of all that. The mistake I see so many women doing is that they jump into another relationship while they have all the stigma, the signals of death on them. What do they bring in the other relationship? Death. Because they have not been through the process of mourning. You need to mourn. I don't know how long it takes. It depends on people. You might find yourself crying every day, as I heard in a young woman's video. She has been through it. She said she's better now. I had the idea of this, of what I'm doing, but when I heard what she's been through, it was a confirmation for me. It was a confirmation for me to do that video, to tell you, if you are going through a divorce, if you've been through it, take time to mourn. Don't let people tell you when the mourning is over. You will know. You will know. You will wake up one day and feel that you are living again. You're starting to live again. When I went through separation, it took me a few, it took me some times. And one day, I remember the exact moment. One day, I started feeling hope again. I started feeling hope again. This is when I knew that I had been hopeless, that I had lost hope. I did not even know that I had lost hope. I knew everything I was going through, but the first time hope came back to my heart, I felt it. It felt so good. But I tell you, it was not over. But it was great to feel it. It was great to feel hope again. I was not at peace. A lot of things were crumbling around me. It was so hard, but I felt hope again. This small hope, I held to it. Take time to mourn. Take time to say goodbye to that family you were dreaming about. Take time. Don't jump into another relationship. This is the don't. Don't jump into another relationship before you feel in your heart that life is coming back. It will come back. That hope is coming back. That strength is coming back. That your feelings are coming back. Your emotions are coming back. Joy is coming back. As I said, hope. Hope above all this. Peace is coming back. Because the sleepless night, the difficulty to find sleep. So please take the time to mourn. Don't jump into another relationship before you feel alive again. And even though you feel alive again, take time to become the new person, to see how the new person God is going to create in you, in your heart. You are going to become a new person. I believe a stronger person. I believe a wiser person. Take time to understand what happened. Take time. And you see, many times, because it's so difficult, we don't take time to analyze what happened. Why did I get there? I asked myself so many times. I asked myself that question so many times. How did I get there? What happened? And you see, please don't blame the other person. I know it's hard. But this won't help you. It's about you becoming a new person. Why would you blame the other person? The other person has his responsibility, but it doesn't help you to look in that direction. What about you? When I say don't jump, my encouragement is don't jump into another relationship. If you want to do it, it's your life. But now, ask yourself, how did I get there? What made me end up here, in that place? And you know, when you have the answer, when you analyze your character, when you analyze the mistake you made, the things you did not know that led you to that. It is said that we need knowledge, that we perish for lack of knowledge. So when I go through that, I ask myself, what did I not do? What did I not know? What makes me going through that and other person don't? It's all about growth. It's all about maturity. And it helps me when I judge myself with love. I judge myself with love and with grace. But still, I have to judge. I wish I could find another word. I have to check myself. I have to understand what in my attitude, my character, my personality led me there. Everybody do not go through divorce. They are happily married people. I'm not talking about the fake people, but still, in this world, they are happily married people. What did I lack? What did I miss? You have to go through that process so that if God grants you the blessing of a new relationship, a new marriage, you go there with a new knowledge, with better knowledge. That's why I said, please don't jump into a new relationship without knowing yourself. Without knowing yourself. The better you know yourself, the better your next relationship, if God grants you the grace, the blessing of another one. Take the time to mourn. Take the time to analyze what took me there, what took me in that place. What is the knowledge I don't have? Ask God, He's going to tell you. He's going to show you, always with love. And really be grateful. Be grateful. But if you don't know that you made mistake, if you don't know that you were not whole, if you don't know that there are some knowledge you did not have that led you there, and if you are blaming the other person, how are you going to manage? If now God has another person for you, how are you going to manage that? Are you going to go there with that, all those emotions in you, being like a living dead? The old person is still awake in you, and you want a new life. No. Take the time, and sometimes it can take years. It can take 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I don't know. But it takes time. It takes time. And please, don't believe all the people who tell you that, all right, they ended their divorce now, and 6 months later they're in another relationship. A year later they're already married. What about the healing? Before the healing, what about the resurrection? What about the new person you're supposed to become? I insist. Divorce is death. Death of who you were. And you need to resurrect to a new person. And that new person needs to heal, needs to understand, needs to grow, needs to become someone, needs to become a higher self. And I'm not judging, I'm not blaming. But as I said, we came to this life to be students and to be teachers. What are you going to teach other people if you don't learn from what you've been through? I do not say that you are wrong, that it was a bad thing that you went through divorce or separation. I didn't say that. People who are going through death of the partner, did they choose that? No, they didn't. We all have our cross. And the more I hear about divorce, the more I realize that divorced people are a little bit left by the side of the road. This is what I realized. I don't know about widows, but it might be the same. It might be the same, but I think, no, I believe and I know that God cares about the widows. He cares about the orphans. He cares about the divorcees. He cares about the people that we don't understand, that sometimes we judge, that we forget. That's why when it is written about the final judgment, what are we going to be judged on? What? It's not about the size of your house, the size of your car, the amount of money you had. It's about, did you understand the widow? Did you understand the death, the mourning she went through? Did you understand the orphan? Did you understand the divorcee, Did you understand the person who was hungry, the person who was thirsty, the person who was going through death, emotional, internal death, without you knowing? I've heard about people. They saw somebody, they see somebody today, tomorrow the person ends their life. And they're like, but the person was, she looked so happy. She looked so, no. She was smiling, yes, but she was internally dying. That's why if you have divorces around you, don't think that, even if they tell you that they're fine, know that they're going through death. If you can't help them, don't bother them. Don't push them into a relationship. Don't tell them, oh, I've got someone I'd like I'd like you to meet. They are going through death. They need help to take care of the children because they are dying until they can get up, stand up again, until they can rise again and become a new person, a different person. That's why I tell you, take your time. Take time. Don't blame the other person. This is not, it's not adding to you. It's not, yes, it doesn't take you anywhere. This is a waste of time. Work on your heart. I always say that leveling up for me is about becoming better in our attitude. Leveling up is not about your appearance. So many people have a great appearance, but inside they are dead. Inside they are dead. They might smell very good in the outside. Inside, it doesn't smell that good. It doesn't. It can be because of the pain they are going through. Doesn't smell good. It can be because of negative emotions that they are dealing with anger, hatred, disappointment, disbelief. Because sometimes we have such high expectations for our life. How did I end up being a divorcee? How can that happen to me? My children have to start my life again. My finances have to start everything all over again. So don't be fooled by people's appearance. Some people are around you and they are literally dying inside. If you can help, pray for them and maybe speak to them. Give them some time. Give them some time. And for you, if you're going through that, give yourself some time. Give yourself some time to heal, to become the new person, to rise again, to forgive. Forgiveness is a huge part. You want to start a new life, forgive. Come to that stage. I don't know how long it's going to take you to forgive, but you will have to forgive. You will have to forgive your partner. You will have to forgive yourself. You will have to forgive the people involved in all that divorce thing. Yes, the people involved in it. Because I don't believe it happens only between two people. I don't believe that. I believe there are other people involved. Passively or actively, you will have to forgive all those people. All the people who have been passive about it, all the people who had a very fair amount of responsibility in that. You have to go through forgiveness, the gate to resurrect. You'll have to go through forgiveness, the gate to resurrect. Forgive. Take your time to forgive. Be true. Don't do it quickly. Oh, it's okay. You know, oh, I've forgiven. 30-second forgiveness. No. This is one test I have in my life. I know that I have forgiven when I can pray for the person again. When I can pray for the person again, sincerely pray, sincerely wish the person well. This is when I know I have forgiven. When I can't, when I feel so angry with the person and I can't even pray for that person and I can't even wish that person well, even though I say it in my mouth, but I know in my heart that this is not what I wish. I know that I'm not here yet. I'm not there yet. So forgiveness is the gate to your new life. Make sure you go to the depth of it. I hope this has helped someone. Sorry about the way I deliver it. It may not be structured. I delivered the way I could. So if this helped you or can help somebody you know, please let me know. Don't be shy in the comments. Please let me know. It's important. I believe we are building ourselves. As I said, we are students and teachers. You go through something, you are a student. You overcome it, you become a teacher. I heard someone say, and this is what gave me the courage to start this YouTube channel, and I left it for a long time. I didn't even want to do it, and I didn't even know what to speak about. But what gave me the courage to come back and to share all those things is I had heard a mentor. I heard a mentor say that when you have a lot, when you know a lot, and you don't share it, it prevents you from growing. Yourself, you don't grow anymore. You need to let some of it go. You need to share some of it so that you can receive more. So there are some things you know, and somebody else is struggling with that. Share that with the person. Share it. I said it in one of the videos. Are you a peacemaker, a peacekeeper? People are struggling around you. They're having disagreements. They're having conflict, and maybe you have the wisdom. You know what the problem is. Tell them. Invite them for a coffee. Invite them to have tea. And speak to them. Tell them, maybe you should do that. You see, we should be courageous. Sometimes I understand some people they don't take it very well, but you know what? Mission accomplished. You've done your part. The way they take it is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to become a teacher of what you have overcome, of what you have understood. This is your responsibility. That is why, whatever you are going through, whatever you have been through, you need to teach people who are going through it. And you've got the answer. You know how it was. You need to share it. And when you're going through it, you're a student, you need mentors. You need people around you to tell you, this is how you overcome. This is how I overcame. This is how you are going to overcome. We are students and teachers. You are a teacher or something. There is something in your life that the world, another woman, needs, that she doesn't know. You can make this person gain, you can save this person 20 years of their life. There are some things that if I knew them, I wouldn't have wasted 20 years of my life. But I'm grateful because now I know, and I can share it with people who are 20 years younger than I. I'm grateful. I won't complain. I won't complain about that. All right. I hope it has helped you. Somebody. I know it has helped me. Saying it, sharing it, I already feel that it has helped me. And you know, sometimes I listen to my own videos, not a lot, but sometimes I realize that, wow, it gives me strength to hear the encouragement I give other people. So let's be students and let's be teachers as well. Bye-bye. Love you.